May the 19th. This is a joint meeting of the regular meeting and the public hearing to discuss the budget. Welcome to everyone, and no announcements, and I will ask if we would do a moment of silence. Thank you. We'll do the pledge of allegiance, and Mr. Chair, will lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We'll move to the public hearing. At this time, we'll be in the public hearing for the budget 26-27 year. Everyone has a copy of it. It was posted in the paper. And I'll ask if there are any public comments. Hearing no public comments, we will move to any comments on the part of the town council. Hearing no comments, I'll just go ahead and ask one more time if there's any comments from the public. Hearing none, we're on that timeline that anyone that was going to speak should be here at 6. So I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing. We'll move to the rest of the agenda, and we'll need to approve the minutes. Are there any questions or comments about the last meeting's minutes? Hearing none, we'll need a motion.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes from last month's meetings as presented.
Second.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second it.
Second. Thank you, sir. We have a motion and second. All in favor indicate aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries. Financial reports. We've had our packets. The financial report's been out for some time. Hopefully we're all checking over it thoroughly. I'll ask if there's any questions or comments about the financial reports. Hearing none, we'll need a motion to approve.
So moved.
We have a motion, and we'll need a second.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor indicate aye.
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 All opposed indicate same. Motion carries. Thank you. There are no presentations for this meeting, and we'll move to the town manager report.
One of the meetings I had this month was with Blue Ridge Bank to talk about type of checking account that we have. This type of checking that we're currently with actually charges a fee if you have over 100 transactions. And we were under the understanding that transaction was a deposit or a check written or a credit card payment. Well, it's actually every check that's listed on the deposit slip. So because we're trying to do so much more paying online, we actually have gone over a couple times. So they're actually looking at changing this to a checking account that will kind of alleviate the fears it will be and the fees. It will be one that allows 350 transactions, which we would likely never go over in the general fund. So they're working on changing us over to that. And they also have a couple products that are that we're about to start marketing in regards to fraud, because there is so much fraud happening, especially across the banking scene, that there's a program that they'll be selling, and they're going to package the two things together. One kind of protects the checks that you write, one protects the deposits that we make. So they're going to give us some of that information extension. The award was given to Franklin Mechanical, which is based out of Kilmarnock. So we will be meeting with them and the engineer on Thursday to figure out where we're headed from here. Westmoreland County Economic Development Office has created a site inventory consortium, which is, there's a few of us from various towns, as well as representatives from Lancaster County and Westmoreland County. They kind of have just been meeting as an ad hoc committee to look at potential sites should we ever have a development that might want to come to the area. It's very preliminary right now. They're looking at awarding package to a site development inventory company that would prepare a package that could be marketed to anyone who might be looking at it. So it was done for a grant, and we are participating as an in-kind. My time and talents is kind of the in-kind that Montross provides to the program. So you'll see sometime where I reference the site inventory group. That's what that's all about. And the Board of Zoning Appeals met a week or two ago to kind of just informally meet, because we have some new members on the board, so they wanted to meet each other so they have an idea of who each other is. And do you want to talk about just kind of the things that they're looking at? We are going to be having a public hearing on June 2nd for that board to consider changes to the size of the lots. There's a housing development that's being proposed potentially, and they've asked for the houses to be on smaller lots than what our town code allows. And so the Board of Zoning Appeals will hear from the public as well as from the developer and decide on whether they're going to approve smaller size houses and the smaller size dimensions for the lot size. So that's going to be on June 2nd, and that will be here in this office. And then the report that I gave you, it's just a lot of the various meetings that I participated in, enjoying a lot of them. That's really all I have, Mayor.
Okay. While we're on there, if I could just add to this development. So it is, the process is moving forward. You know, the Planning Commission's been involved. The Board of Zoning Appeals is looking at it, and there will be a public hearing. We are in communication with the Board of Supervisors and the county administration on what to do with that small section of that property that falls in Westmoreland County. So it's a small fraction of property, so we definitely need to work on how we're going to do that. It wouldn't be fair for a developer to have two sets of planning commissions and two sets of Board of Zoning Appeals looking at it. So the simplified piece is one of us do it, and that's what we're working with. And the conversation's always positive, so we can keep everybody informed of what's going on with that. A little snag, a little hiccup, but doesn't hurt anything. Neighborhood Watch Program.
The only thing for the Neighborhood Watch Program for this week is they'll be meeting, I think it's 1 o'clock at, let's see, today is tomorrow the 20th. So I think it's 21st of this week, 1 p.m. Thursday. But we'll find out some new stuff there.
You have any here?
No, that's at the Sheriff's Department's office.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate you doing it. Okay. Thanks for keeping us on that. Fall Festival Committee, Work Group, Specialists. I was just discussing that it's now June, we're going into July. Fall Festival is not far away, so.
Well, we've been working on it. Kind of, you know, like the duck floating on the water, calm and serene on top of the surface, you know, pedaling fast. Got some things going on. There's work being done on flyers we put out, and the
year, and they've been chewing on it, and, we got confirmation that they will. So, we just gotta work out some details and this and that. Really not asking anything from us, because they do their own fundraising, you know, for their facility. But they've done a lot of things in the community, and, they have a big gala each year, you know, who else gets to dress up, go to a ball, right? But, just doing a lot of things fundraising for that. And, so this year, they reached out to almost every school around. Only 4 schools got back to them for scholarships, you know, to give away money for education. But, they awarded some kids, and, it's working out pretty good.
What's the name of the group?
Determined to win.
Determined to win.
Yes.
Will that be on Saturday of the weekend?
That'll be same day as Fall Festival. Same day.
And you feel like that'll work in with everything that you all have planned? It'd be unique, that'd be good.
Yeah, we've been
We've
talking about
had
something.
5K, you know, in the past.
Yeah. It's been a while, right, since you
It's
had
been a little while, I think Old Vanover
Yep.
was probably the last one that did it, but it had good attendance, and I'm all in favor for it. I think it would be a wonderful thing.
You know, again, it just brings people, right? You know, how many runners you think they'll have?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that was surprising, the first time putting it out, you know. Some of them did everything, you know, some kids, some grown-ups, some runners. And, some of the ladies came in, that walked the entire thing, you know, for support from area churches and stuff like that.
And you'll work out all the details, what the
Yeah, I think I'll do the Hoover, lay out a route, and, whatever else they're gonna need in the process. You know.
It's awesome, it sounds exciting.
Well, the only thing I would suggest to add to that would be to have this gentleman over here do an article in the newspaper on these ladies and what they're doing.
Oh, really?
Determined to
Just a
win.
suggestion.
Determined to
Richard, do
win.
you need a motion on that? Nah. Okay. It would be really appreciated if you could do that.
To let
This
people
will be
know,
neat.
because I had not heard about them before, but I've noticed on Facebook, you know, sometimes you can't believe everything, but on Facebook, there are a lot of groups now where you're seeing that they run. And of course, they've kept the Marine Corps, that run was last Sunday in Fredericksburg. There's one of the teachers is advertising one that's coming up in a week or so. So I think people have started going back into running and walking.
Nice.
If you only have to walk a mile, I might be willing to.
Richard, Richard's at the Fall Festival, I see him walking all over the place, monitoring it. If you need a golf cart or something to keep up with this group running, we'll get you one.
I can use the exercise.
Okay, all
We'd
right.
sort of like it to come out, what do you think, now in August?
Well, I don't know, maybe something similar, maybe something similar for the team, so people can know who they are, you know, and I can get you hooked up with, it's 2 sisters, you know, and, I can get you hooked up with them and names and all, we contact one another, so you can get with them, and it'd be nice, and,
It would kind of be pre-publicity
yeah.
for fall. You know, if we can get other little squids in the paper, hint, hint, it would be great, but if we publicize these ladies, it'll give people time to get their thoughts together and decide, hey, I'm gonna participate. And we wanna get the information out to all the local churches and the schools. So,
I think it'd be nice, cause it's, we haven't had a 5K in some time. See, we used to have them, so now, it's, you know, like, Richard can, he has a unique way of getting people's attention in the newspaper.
Awesome.
Yeah, he hasn't been killed yet, so that's a good thing. But, yeah.
That's because I'm not allowed to write this stuff anymore.
Is there anything that you want us to do to build up this determined to win group and
Well,
anything that we can do?
we can chew on some things, you know.
I know how to conduct research.
Okay.
Maybe, down the road, maybe come with some ideas, over there, they didn't give anything out to, participants, anything like that, you know, cause it's a fundraiser, you know, we could maybe help in that situation there or something like that.
if we could come up with a sponsor, because the 5K we used to have, I think, was the Chandler 5K. Correct me if I'm wrong, but, we could
Pass. Any comments? So I like the idea, just thinking about it, we've been talking about this work group idea and trying to get work groups for each function is really smart. Would love to have set up and take down, and we could put slots in there for the help that you need. 3 or 4 people get together, it makes life so easy on everybody. And last year, there was a lot of interest from the council about that. So the sooner we can get that, I think we can get people to help. And, gotcha, that's fine. Whenever you get it, I think if we get back to that, it'll definitely help you all and let you focus. And you won't have to be out there putting ribbon on your truck by yourself.
First meeting, we didn't have a lot of people, but we did mention that we will organize, small groups. Then whatever that group needs, just ask for help. We can't, I know what RG needs for a certain day, because I'm so busy myself. So we have to put the smaller groups in, just reach out for help.
Gotcha.
And that way, we can stay, communication with one another, when somebody does ask, we know where to go.
And I just want to reiterate, I think the more message we get out, the more people might come and help more. If we can just do it like a little marketing campaign, that the fall festival is your festival. Anyone that would like to help, we could use all the help that's possible. The nice thing about breaking it up, some of us, for myself, Mr. Watson and I, we used to meet out here in the morning at 6 o'clock and help set up, get everything ready. It only took a couple of hours at the most, and then we were done. And then that afternoon, we met at 5. We had so much help that it was just so simple to do. It wasn't stressful on anybody.
That's really good.
Yeah. The outlines already are really impressive. The task list, it just makes things work so much smoother. So really appreciate what you are doing. One final comment. If no one has seen the graphics that they're coming up with for the Fall Festival, it looks awesome. Some of those flyers, it really looks, autumn, and it's exciting to see all these changes and everybody working so hard with it, and we do appreciate it.
Well, it means a lot. I think Alan and I both that we have some people that are willing to take some things and do it.
Good.
A little bit on halfway.
Sounds great. I'll ask if there's any comments from town council members. Anything you'd like to share, report, observations? Don't everybody speak at once. It's okay.
Whether we said it or not, I'm sorry, but I think we may be having a sock hop on Friday night.
Really? Awesome. What about the movie?
We're not gonna have that this
You'll
year.
do the sock hop? Okay.
Sock hop will be.
All right.
So we give y'all enough time, go back, get your dancing skills together. Don't go
I heard that Mr. Watson's a good dancer.
Don't come out there at the last minute, trying to do electric slide and all that, and ankles swollen, don't do that. Go ahead and practice. Get your neighborhood places, don't get your wig together, so some of them have lost some hair. Okay? So, you're talking about 50s, 60s, 70s here. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Get your platform shoes,
And your
bell bottom,
No movie, no popcorn,
bell bottom. The
but
good bell bottoms want to start from here. Yeah.
and your afro.
those days are gone. All right. Thank you all so much. Just a few comments. I wanted to let everyone know that Warren Holden served on the Board of Zoning Appeals, and his term expired, and we sent him a very nice letter from the town thanking him for serving. Just to talk about a little bit about the 250th birthday of our country. So we've already started putting up some things in preparation, and we worked with a small budget, and we are going back and we're putting the banners up. We'll be putting up about 22 banners from the east end of town, from about the funeral home. About every third to fourth pole will be a 250th anniversary acknowledgement and some U.S. flags. What else? That'll cover everything, Christy?
About the patriotic one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we should talk about no small poultry.
and then they'll come through town, and we'll have a couple on the road going to the park. We're gonna put a couple up on Polk Street at the county office building, and then we'll go out the west end of town, and about every third or fourth pole on the left. So drivers coming into town will see that. So we have all the brackets. We already have Christmas banners, and we're gonna get ready to put them back up when the time comes. But we're doing that, and we're gonna add some commemorative items to each entrance sign. One is going to be a display celebrating 250 years, and we're gonna put a US flag and the Virginia flag next to it somewhere. So, and we feel like that's sufficient, you know. We spent a little bit of budget, and we feel like it's important to do. So we're working on that. And then, what were you saying, Kristen, about anything else?
Oh, no, I was just saying where some spots where you were talking about use that as well.
All right.
I have a question. The love sign, I know it's being refurbished.
Yep.
Right?
Can you
What's,
refer?
what's the timeline on that?
We just approved the proof. It's going back like it was, but they're just gonna enhance it a little bit. It'll be a reflective value. And then while they're doing it, they just wanted to add something to the back of it so it wouldn't be so blah. And we should have it by June 15th and have it back installed. Really interesting to refurbish it. It's about the same cost we spent when we put it up. We'd be so much money ahead if we had did something different then and not have to do it. So this thing should last 10 to 15 years when we get it back easy. But we learn from things that we do. But it should look really, really nice. We've already cleaned the area up there. We've planted some lirapi. What's it called? See, I say it the same way. We grew up in the same area. How do you say it, Barbara Jean?
He said it correctly.
All right. Thank you.
Variety.
So, yep, we're just doing a bunch of straightening up and cleaning up. So, the first Friday is going to be on July the 3rd, and then the 4th is, the 4th of July is the actual date of the American birthday. So, not sure if anything else is going on or what that group has going on. Some people have expressed an interest about doing something big, but we'll see what happens when we get close to that time. Okay.
When the beach touches off their artillery barrage of doom on the 3rd as well.
Really?
Yeah, that's their fireworks display.
Yeah. Yep. Who's doing fireworks?
Clothing Beach.
Oh,
They
yeah.
do it every year on the 3rd.
Everybody goes to Coney Beach, watch fireworks. I want to add that I think we're seeing a really influx of people in the community coming out and want to be a part of something. You know, the two people that we just added to the Planning Commission and the Board of Zoning Appeals, people are taking an interest in their community, and we do appreciate it. The Fall Festival Work Group, amazing. You know, all these people that are behind the scenes doing things, we really appreciate it, and we have to really thank them for what they do, and it's amazing. The interest is so great. So, okay, moving down the agenda, we'll go to the action item. The first action item is the reappointment from the Town Council of Mr. George Runkle, who's been on the Planning Commission. He's done a great job, really good person. He lives next to the bank here and has been really active and has expressed that he wants to continue. I'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we reappoint Mr. George Runkle to the Planning Commission.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. I'll ask if there's any further discussion on the motion. Hearing none. All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same. Motion carries. Thank you. Adoption of the 26-27 budget. We'll take a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the fiscal year 26-27 budget as proposed.
We'll need a second.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. I'll ask if there's any additional comments concerning the budget and the motion. Hearing none. Roll call vote. Mrs. Messenger?
Aye.
Mr. Watson?
Aye.
Mr. Lee?
Aye.
Mr. Garrett?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Water connection fee increase? That was in everyone's packet, right, Fran? As you can tell, there's been no increase. This council has always worked to not increase taxes, but we are a little bit behind the times. Fran can probably do a better job than me explaining, but as you know, we put in the new water system. We did phase 1, we're on phase 2, and then there'll be another phase later. And what we're finding out, that the cost that we have to pay is the water control boxes. We're using electronic readers, and all those things cost additional funds. And it's probably time for us to look at going up on the rate and being somewhat compatible to everyone else or in comparison. So, Fran, did you have something else to add to that?
The only thing I would add is actually town code says that the cost of the meter, the housing, all the materials and labor, plus the connection fee. So the meter and those type of things are not part of what should be the cost to connect to our main line. So that's really what we're looking at, is the cost to connect to the main line.
And the number we kicked around after looking at other localities was $1,500 to increase it.
That would be the total or additional to what it stands today? Total 1,500?
Okay, total. Nice to treat everyone the same and try to keep costs down, and we haven't done this in years and years, so it's definitely time to move up on it because costs have changed. Everything's changing, quite frankly, but we're keeping up with it. So, what's the pleasure of the council?
We need a motion to make a,
Yes, sir.
to,
Is that a motion?
some move. This motion
We have a motion.
to increase the water connection fee.
We'll need a second.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. I will ask for if there's any other additional comments or questions. Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote. Mrs. Messenger,
Aye.
Mr. Watson,
Aye.
Mr. Smith, Mr. Smith's not here, Mr. Lee,
Aye.
Mr. Garrett.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Can I ask, everybody, because actually the connection fee previously was 500 in town and 1,000 out of town, so we probably need to adjust the out of town fee as well.
We're going up 500, so you think 1,500 for across the board? Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. That's fine. All right. Are there any other action items that anyone has? Hearing none, we'll move to public comments. Are there any public comments?
Well, I was just gonna say, Miss Kathy Gray brought in the flyer for the Memorial Day thing that's gonna be on Monday, so I just thought maybe I'd mention it, that will be happening at 11 o'clock
Okay,
at Fort Square.
awesome. Yes, sir, Mr. Larry.
This is District 3. What was the theme of the fall festival?
What we publicized is celebrating America's 250th.
Thought so, I'm sure probably just a minor character. The business, no business in Montross is closed, as you know. Rain and picking, old blue and gray. So anyway, possibly, you guys work a lot of, we need an oil cost so bad here in West
there've been several people who've talked about it, and they looked at it, and they tried to do it with some sort of franchise, and it just wasn't enough traffic, they say, but, you know, but yeah, it's definitely needed. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, appreciate it. Are there any other comments from the public?
Can I say something else?
Yeah.
I want to thank the two ladies in this office, because every time we come in and ask or have a need, they always help us, and they do it with a smile, and that makes what we do a lot easier. So thank you, ladies.
Glad to hear that. Thank you so much. Okay, no further comments. The meeting's adjourned. Thanks, everybody, for coming.